Welcome to the main event. This is True Ring News Network, your ringside access to WWE news and drama. Subscribe and let's rumble. The tension backstage was unlike anything WWE fans had felt in years. The cameras weren't rolling, but whispers spread like wildfire. Roman Reigns, the tribal chief himself, had arrived unannounced at SmackDown. This wasn't about storylines, promos, or surprise returns. This was personal. Because just moments before Jey Uso's highly anticipated match against CM Punk at WWE Saturday Night Main Event, Roman and Jey came face-to-face for the first time in months. What happened next could reshape the entire legacy of the Anoa'i family forever. The unexpected reunion. The blue brand was buzzing with anticipation. Jey Uso was about to face CM Punk, a dream match that could define his solo career. Backstage, Jey was focused, stretching and preparing, that trademark confidence shining through. But then, everything went silent. Out of the shadows walked Roman Reigns. No Paul Heyman, no Solo Sikoa, just Roman, calm, collected, and commanding as ever. The two cousins stood inches apart, silence filling the hallway. Jey looked stunned. "You really here?" he asked softly. Roman nodded, his expression unreadable but calm. For the first time in months, there was no hostility between them, only mutual respect and something unspoken. The advice. Only a chief could give. Roman broke the silence. "I heard you got CM Punk tonight," he said. "The best in the world, huh?" "That's no small thing. Use." His tone carried pride, but also that signature authority that had once ruled WWE. He leaned closer, speaking quietly so no one else could hear. "Listen, CM Punk plays mind games. He'll make you doubt yourself. But remember who you are. You're not just Jey Uso. You're main event Jey Uso. You earned that because you stood up to me and survived it. You're built different. Don't let him pull you into his world. Make him fight in yours." Jey listened, his fiery attitude replaced by respect. This wasn't just advice. It was wisdom from someone who'd been to the top and carried the weight of the family name. Roman's emotional confession. Then came a rare moment of vulnerability from Roman. He took a breath. "When I stepped away, it wasn't because I was done," he said quietly. "I left because the bloodline needed to evolve. You, Jimmy, Solo. You all needed to find your own power. But you," he pointed to Jey's chest, "you carry the spirit of this family." For a moment, the cold tribal chief exterior melted. Roman wasn't speaking as a leader. He was speaking as a cousin, a brother, a man passing on wisdom. Then, in words that stunned everyone nearby, Roman said something fans had never heard before. "I'm proud of you, Jey." Those 5 words hit harder than any punch. Years of rivalry, betrayal, and redemption washed away in an instant. The man who once demanded loyalty now stood before Jey as an equal. Visibly emotional, Jey replied, "You don't know how much that means, Use." Roman smiled faintly. "I do," he said, "because I've been where you are. I fought for this family. For this name, now it's your turn to carry it, the Ula Fala moment." Then came the gesture that shook everyone watching. Roman reached into his bag and pulled out something instantly recognizable, the red Ula Fala, the Samoan necklace, symbolizing power and leadership. It was the same one he wore when he declared himself tribal chief. The air grew heavy. Roman looked at the necklace, then at Jey. "This isn't about titles anymore," he said. "This is about what comes next." He gently placed the Ula Fala around Jey's neck. The locker room fell silent. "Now you have to take our family legacy forward," Roman said. The words echoed like a prophecy. It wasn't just symbolic. It was spiritual. The Ula Fala in Samoan culture represents respect, authority, and heritage. By giving it to Jey, Roman wasn't just passing an object. He was acknowledging him as a worthy leader, someone capable of carrying their bloodline into the next era. the meaning behind the gesture. Roman never said, "You're the new tribal chief." Instead, he said, "Take our family legacy forward." That difference matters. It wasn't about claiming a title. It was about understanding responsibility. Roman wasn't abdicating his throne. He was teaching Jey what leadership truly means, protecting the family's name and representing their strength with honor. For Roman, it wasn't about endings. It was about evolution. The bloodline wasn't collapsing. It was transforming, and Jey Uso was at the center of it. The CM Punk factor Roman's timing wasn't random. He knew Jey was about to face one of the most mentally dangerous opponents in WWE, CM Punk. Punk thrives on mind games, on getting inside his opponent's head. Roman had faced Punk years ago during the Shield era and learned firsthand how psychological that battle could be. When Roman told Jey, "Make him fight in your world," it wasn't just a pep talk. It was a strategic warning. He wanted Jey to remember that he wasn't just fighting for himself anymore. He was fighting for generations of pride, strength, and unity. The Ula Fala wasn't jewelry that night. It was armor. Backstage reactions. As Roman walked away, several WWE superstars had witnessed the exchange from afar. Solo Sikoa, Jey Uso, and even Paul Heyman were seen watching quietly. Solo's expression was unreadable. Perhaps pride, perhaps jealousy. He had long been considered Roman's heir. But now, seeing the Ula Fala around Jey's neck might ignite a new rivalry or a test of loyalty within the family. Paul Heyman, the ever-loyal wise man, looked conflicted. His allegiance had always been to Roman. But if Jey was now the one chosen to lead, where would that leave him? Would he support the next generation or try to restore the hierarchy? The emotional core of the bloodline. Beyond the symbolism and speculation, this moment was about family, pure and simple. Roman and Jey have fought each other, bled for each other, and rebuilt their bond from ashes. When Roman said, "I'm proud of you," it wasn't a scripted line. It was closure, forgiveness, and unity all rolled into one. For the first time, Roman seemed at peace, ready to trust Jey to carry their name forward. And for Jey, wearing that necklace wasn't just an honor. It was a responsibility, a reminder that leadership isn't given, it's earned. The road ahead fans are already speculating where this leads. Could this moment set up a massive story heading into WrestleMania? Perhaps a tribal summit featuring Roman, Jey, Jimmy, and Solo deciding the family's future. Maybe Roman is preparing for his final run, passing the torch in a way no one expected. Not through a match, but through respect. There's also talk of a potential Jey Uso versus Solo Sikoa storyline for the right to lead the bloodline. A battle between brothers for legacy and pride. The final words that echoed. Before leaving, Roman turned back and said, "Remember who you are, Use. Win or lose tonight. The family stands with you." Then he walked away, leaving Jey standing there, fingers brushing the Ula Fala around his neck. His expression said it all. This wasn't just about CM Punk anymore. It was about legacy. And in that quiet moment backstage, away from the cameras and crowd, something shifted forever. The torch may not have been fully passed, but the path was lit. Roman Reigns' reign as the tribal chief may be changing form, but his influence remains powerful, now living through Jey Uso, the man carrying his family's future forward. The bloodline saga isn't ending. It's evolving, one generation at a time.